Almost.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Hey everyone. Hey Bosties. It's your girl Ellie, and we are live in Atlanta at Live Hip Hop Daily with Creative Visions. And we are here with Too Dope.
Too dope.
Yes. And we are going to talk about a lot today. Today we are talking about trends in our industry, which is the music industry today. We have a lot of artists in here. Too Dope is our first person. And we're going to talk about TikTok being banned in new states. It's starting to happen. AI apologies from some of these celebrities. They're typing in their apologies into ChatGPT. I want to know how you feel about it. And I want to talk about the rules for being back outside in 2023 because last summer, pandemic, summer before pandemic, but now everybody outside. So I want to talk about all of that.
Whoa, we got an agenda.
We do.
Okay, I'm with it.
We do. I also wanted to let y'all know we're going to be talking about the hottest places for entrepreneurs to network this summer, different things for you guys to do. So definitely stay tuned to the end of the show if you guys want to hear the list. All right. So it is Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Yes. And we are here with Deja. I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Tell the people. She always wants to call me my government name. It's okay.
I'm sorry. She is Too Dope.
You can find it on
bad.
Google if you want. However, at your mama's house, I am Too Dope for rehab. Okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You are divine. You don't have to be sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just I love your energy, and I think I was introduced to you as Too Dope, but now
Yes.
I've gotten to know you
We
a
know
lot
each other
more.
for real.
I feel like okay, so my bad.
We're
This is
here.
Too Dope.
We are here.
This is
Praise
Too Dope. We met in like the weirdest like way, something
Yes.
that I really do feel like is divine. So
Yeah.
that's why I want to talk about networking, y'all. I went to New Music Monday, and I met her manager, and from that networking event, I ended up meeting Too Dope. She's sitting in there, she's singing in the studio, and it was just absolutely divine. And ever since then, we've been right here.
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all this because a lot of people are trying to network online and Instagram network. Y'all need to get outside. It's much easier to meet people when you go outside. So again, stay tuned to the end of the episode so y'all can see where to network in Atlanta.
All right, dope.
All right. So those are my plugs. Also, shout out to my YouTube at Entrepreneur.ish. We are almost at 100 subscribers.
Oh, praise
So
God. I love her.
if you guys are not following me on YouTube, please go ahead and pull your phones out. Follow me on Entrepreneur.ish. And I have all kinds of things, all my past episodes, everything I've done. I've been doing this for 5 years. So if y'all are just getting to know me, go back, watch all the old stuff. Like, it's hilarious. So, okay, let's start with the trends. The very first one is, do you want to talk about the AI, or do you want to talk about the summer thing first? Which one do you want to talk about?
It's crazy. I was talking to my mom about AI earlier today.
Okay, so let's talk about that one. My mom loves AI. Like, literally, she's on that thing all day. She's like, oh my gosh, you could ask it anything. You could do this, you could do that. But for me, I'm like, I feel like it's taken away from everybody's creativity.
Yes.
And no one's making their own thing anymore. Like, you can really tell that everybody's just typing in a prompt every day. So how do you feel about it? Because musicians use it. Everybody's been using it.
It's a tragedy.
A tragedy?
It is a tragedy. You know what? Because it's like, it's artificial intelligence versus authentic intelligence. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I feel like there's many ways that people can be intelligent. It doesn't necessarily have to be book smarts. It could be street smarts. But I think more importantly than anything is that it's about the soul of things. Like when you type things into an AI experience, it's soulless. Like it's a copy. It's a generic. I mean, I don't mind like Walmart brands, you know, like it's cheaper for sure. But I think that it takes away from the human experience, and I think that's where we're kind of moving. Like at the end of the day, like when things are more cheap, like for example, I was looking through my contract and I wanted to talk to a lawyer about it. However, it's not always easy to get in contact with lawyers. So putting it into ChatGPT, this is a shameless plug, I was able to read it in layman's terms so a first grader could read it. And I love that. That was awesome. So if I need translation perfect. But if we're talking about like art and music,
I mean, people are writing songs with
I don't know, and I guess it's a cheat code, but I think at the same time, like, people cheated on tests in college. You know, a lot of people, y'all know y'all GPA all the way right. So it's okay. I mean, it's just what you do with it. It's really what you do with it. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's here, and I think it's interesting that people are so excited in the language. We're all being socialized on how to think about it. Oh, this is so exciting. This is amazing. But I'm like, when I was at recently, I went to an art gallery, and like there are art galleries where people are sitting there working hours and hours on things, and it's like $80,000, $15,000, $72,000. I was literally looking at that. I'm like, you guys did this with your hands.
Yes.
And so the way that you just kind of commercialize the art, and now it's all of a sudden you want to charge the same price. There's no soul in it. It's not right. It's not right. So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely going to use Chat GPT for all contracts. Let me, hello, stop playing with me. However, as far as my music, as far as the art, I don't know. It's an ethical conversation. Okay. It's a discussion. Okay. It's something to think about.
And it's ethical because art is supposed to be from the soul, and this is.
Yeah. I mean, and when you think about ethics, it's like, what's right, what's wrong? And I think that, I mean, there's nothing, I mean, we all make choices. Like, what is really right, what is really wrong? However, if we think about the authenticity and the soul of something or the spirit of something, and that we want to connect to people's spirits, that's what really matters, is connecting to the soul and the spirit of a person. So
I love that. Because I do feel like art done the right way does speak to your soul. Yeah. And like you said, it makes you go, oh my gosh, I just want to stare at this thing. Yeah. So, and you can't always get that from a robot. So I appreciate you saying that, because people are mimicking artists' voices.
Yeah, that's
They're
weird.
doing their
it's
lyrics.
Disrespectful.
Like, okay, I wanted to talk to you about that. We've all seen the Drake AI. We all seen different things like that. How do you feel about that, being an artist, knowing that you work really, really hard on your craft, to know that your voice, if you get famous, like super, super, super famous, people will start using that and make their songs.
I think that's weird, everyone. Everyone, you are your own authentic self.
Wow.
Like, I just feel like, why can't we just be our authentic selves and try things within ourselves? Like, we don't have to be automatons. We don't have to be these carbon copies of one another. I think that. Like, as far as trends go, I mean, it's cool to follow a trend, but make it your own. You know, like, make it your own. As far as people sounding like people who are dead, I heard, bless her soul, Ice Spice as Michael Jackson, or Michael Jackson as Ice Spice, and I was just like, this is not meant to be. I mean, it is. I mean, it's happening. So it's like, it's happening, and I think what's interesting, if we were to look at it in a positive light, it's like, oh, look at where people's imaginations can take them to want to think about Ice Spice as a Michael Jackson type of experience. So there is some level of creativity in that, and I feel like we're all entitled to do what it is that we would like. But I wonder where respect is. Yeah. I just wonder where respect is. Like, I don't know if people are respecting people. I don't know if people are giving a damn about graves or souls or spirits, or how does what you're doing affect somebody else. Like, I don't know if we're really in that place where we're empathetic or towards the feelings and emotions of others.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I would imagine somebody having a Whitney Houston concert right now off of AI, like, it would be absolutely disrespectful. But I do want to dance with somebody, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. It's very hard. It's a thin line. I'm like, it is a thin line. Yeah. And I really do feel like that's the problem with AI. Is like, we're gonna need it. I heard somebody put a comment, and they were like, even Will Smith needed to use the robot to save the day in the movie that he what's the movie called? iRobot? Yeah, in the movie he still had to use the robot to save the day. So it didn't matter. Like, the robot was there regardless if he liked it or not.
Can I say something to you? This is what I've been thinking about all day. I've been thinking about the fact that there is a war that is transpiring, and all of these apocalyptic movies. I'm like, didn't we all watch The Terminator?
The same thing.
Like, didn't we all watch these movies where it was bad at the end?
Oh my God!
And I'm like, why are we acting like it's not gonna be bad. But at the same time, I feel like this is a complex thought. But I think that we created computers to make things easier for us. But what's happening with other generations or the younger generations, which I think is a good segue into TikTok, is that they're not using their brains at the highest capacity that they can, that they're capable of. So now we're using computers as crutches versus actually using computers that are in our brains. Kids don't want to read or write. They're like, well, why can't just use the calculator? Like, they're really impatient with the process of learning. So I don't know. Once there's so many computers and robots, then it's like, what is human intelligence? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, why would that even be necessary? We've put so much of our information
into the computer. Why would we even need to think?
Why do we need to think? So I don't know. That's interesting. And when I was talking about the apocalyptic movies, and I'm like, didn't we all watch the same thing? The truth about it is, it's about the souls versus the soulless. At all Game of Thrones, iRobot, World War Z, all of these movies, it's about
soul versus soulless.
Yeah.
You are really right.
It is. Wow. And so it's just like, which side are you going to be on? Who are you going to root for? And the thing about it is, like, it's going to start in your household for sure.
Wow. I love talking to you because it's never a regular conversation. Like, you are never just going to have, like, a plain blanket statement, and I absolutely love that because you do use your minds, like, and it sets you apart.
Praise God.
Like you said. All right, so now we're going to talk about TikTok and getting back outside. So I know, me personally, I just went through COVID myself, but everybody's saying COVID is over and everybody's back outside. So I want to know what your rules would be, because these were Carisha's. She was like, eat before you go out. She was like, make sure you have bottles and water while you're drinking on the bottles. And then she said, make sure you go in with a whole bunch of people in a lift so that y'all can act super bad and then go outside and do whatever you want to do. No, like, for real, she really put this on her story as, like, her, like, list of how to protect yourself in the baddie summer. So I want to understand what your list would be.
What would my list be to go outside?
To be outside. You know, you young, you want to, you know, get in the streets of Atlanta.
Damn.
You want to be seen. You want to be too dope.
I am too dope every day. Gosh, I don't even think about the rules of going outside to be myself. Like,
wow.
Like, I don't even think about that. The rules. The fuck? I don't know. I'm going outside. You're welcome. I don't know why I'm like this. Wow.
I love it.
Wow. Let me think about rules. No, I don't even have
like,
rules.
for you to be that free, what allows you to be that free? Because
what allows me to be that free?
Wow. A lot of people are not. A lot of people need rules. They need to be like, oh my gosh, so I'm gonna go outside and I need bottles. Exactly. And you
don't know. I'm really thinking for myself. I mean, and that's no shade to anyone. I think that go outside, get cute. That's number one.
Yes.
Make sure you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
I don't know, pray and meditate before you leave the house. Make sure ain't no evil spirits around you, and just vibrate at a really high space. I don't know. Hand sanitizer is good. Make sure you don't stink. If you're gonna cough in your right here.
Right.
You know, if somebody is coughing near you, excuse me. You know, just basic human shit that we was doing before. You know,
But we weren't. Like, that's why we were in this place. People dead ass were not washing their hands.
Yeah, unfortunate. So but we won't know. So I guess don't touch niggas. Like, maybe, you know, don't touch them. I don't know, but also, okay, so I did go to Emory, and I was studying behavioral health education, science education, before I went full blown here.
And we're definitely gonna talk about that in her interview, so y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, so we did talk about, like, how plagues and, you know, like, pandemics have happened over time, and essentially, like, the way that it works is that people have these loopholes of, like, some people are going to follow all these rules and then some people don't have to. So, and if there's a majority of people who are doing it, then everybody's good. Gotcha. But then if there's people who are not, it's okay because everybody else is doing it. So it really depends on who you want to be.
Wow.
Me personally, I'm wild. During the pandemic, the flights were cheap, and I was everywhere. Okay, I was on everybody's flight. I was moving all around the United States of America, and I never got COVID.
Wow.
So that was me, though, because I didn't believe, not that I didn't believe that COVID was happening. Like, I knew that it was happening, but I wasn't vibrating in the fear that it would happen to me. Like, I was just like, well, let me make sure I wash my hands when I go out. Let me, do what I'm supposed to. Like, but other than that.
Wow. I kept getting it inside. Like, I was not outside, and I got it twice because I was inside. So I'd be so jealous of y'all. Like, I didn't do nothing. I was everywhere.
I ate my vegetables. I was, they was talking about the sea moss. I was into that.
Oh yeah.
I was doing the sea moss. I was doing the steaming. I had the garlic and the grapefruit and the oranges. I'm like,
that's what I was missing.
I'm doing all of that.
That's what
I was doing that at the house. My face looked nice and everything. It was great.
I need to know y'all secrets. Because I was like, obviously, I was vibrating on the COVID.
I was like, that has nothing to do with me. I literally would tell people that's none of my business.
No, wow. Okay. No, I love that about you because I don't think everybody stands in their own that much. And so, just because this does have to do with what she was saying, like, go outside and do what you want, live your life, you're kind of at that same level. You just don't tell other people to do. Is that kind of what it is? Or because you said you don't have rules. Like, you don't have rules on how you do it.
I don't have
just
rules about how I'm going to go outside. No, I don't have rules. My life is so wild every day. It's a reality TV show. Shonda couldn't write this. So if there was rules to how the reality was going to go, like, how would I experience my life fully? Like, I have no idea. But I do have routines. Like, I do have things that are necessary. Like, I do, like, and when I wake up, I talk to God first. Every morning I journal. Every morning I do that. Like, every morning I try to spend time quietly by myself, and then I decide, like, what am I going to do today? Did I accomplish something? I make sure that I drink water or have tea or something, those things that really make me feel like myself. Those are the rules that I have for myself. I don't know what everybody else is going to do. Like, I don't know what everybody else is going to do today. All I know is what I'm going to do today. and then whatever, there's like a dichotomous key of options that are going to happen, and whatever my choices are is going to lead me to this experience of something that I learned from. So I don't know. I think it's interesting, like, those people who have, like, serious things, rules and stuff. My thing is that don't fuck with fuck niggas. And that's it. No, I'm kidding.
I love it. Keep fuck nigga free.
Yeah, I'm fuck nigga free. That's what we keep it F&N from last summer. F&N.
Keep that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
We don't fuck with fuck niggas.
I got you. I was actually on a podcast yesterday, and this guy was telling me, actually it was great, but at the same time it was kind of like, certain vibrations you're just not messing with. But he was like, so the reason, he was kind of like one of those, like, relationship podcasts, those types of things. And he was like, so do you think the reason why you're not married right now is because of how you dress? And I know for you personally, this is a topic, and you were just talking about it, so I wanted to talk about it because I feel like there's a misconception in this podcast world, or wherever these people live, in some fantasy place, right? Wherever they live, where they feel like, obviously cleavage is detrimental to becoming.
No, you're welcome. You are welcome. You get to see any level of anything that I got going on. I'm free.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about, being free in yourself. Like, I was so taken back that people are still talking about this. So what's your perspective on that? Like, what is your perspective when somebody tells you you're supposed to look a certain way? Because I know you get it in the industry as a music artist. Like, I mean,
the thing is that desire works. Like, people want. It's interesting that men want you to be desirable and not. Like, stop
at the same time.
Come on. I mean, let's be for real. I'm gonna be myself. And honestly, to be honest, I probably have been proposed to many times, like, just the way that I am. And I don't know, I'm also Caribbean. I get hot. I like to have my legs out. I want to be, I mean, bras, the underwires, they cause cancer. When you have them, when you put underwire bras in the dryer and then you put them on, it's a cancer-causing agent. Why the fuck would I?
Didn't even know that.
Why would I put myself in danger like that? Like, the Lord didn't give me no
problems. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I don't know. Honestly, I think those men are single themselves. Why are you on the podcast?
Thank you.
Where is your girlfriend? Where is your wife?
Where's your covered up wife?
Working for you. It's not working for you.
So true.
And it's so interesting that women even listen to these men.
Oh, no, devoutly listen to them and then quote them under other women to make them feel like, oh
women
my gosh,
shaming,
you need
policing.
to cover. Why? If I'm free as the woman that I am and it took as long as it did for me to get here, why do you care about how I'm presenting myself?
Okay,
I'm presenting myself the way I want to.
So now I'm about to flip it because I'm a Gemini moon.
Let's go. And I'm a Cancer. That's why we get
a Gemini moon. So here we are. So yes, women should be able to do as they please because we are individuals. We get to make our own choices and decisions. However, at the same time, like, just existing, we are in relationship with others immediately. You're immediately in relationship with others. You're immediately in relationship with children. You're immediately in relationship with younger girls. So like I'm the oldest of 7. Wow. There's 6 sisters, and my sister is like 11 and wants to wear her shirt like this, and I'm like, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. What the fuck? And so I think
because she watched you,
right.
And then it makes you feel like
right. And then I watched my aunts get dressed, and like when they went to the club, they looked so damn cute. I was like, oh, I can't wait to wear mini skirts.
Yes.
But there was like, but still at the same time, like us growing up, there were parameters. Like what you just said is that we grew into this. Mm-hmm. What's happening with children is that they're being bombarded by over sexualization, and there's not a time and a place for children just to be children and just to see children's things. They're seeing everything that adults are now liberated into, and all the sex that we want to have, and how we want to clap our asses on these niggas' dicks. Is that okay for me to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's just true. And so the children are wanting to do that too. So at the end of the day, like, there's still, again, like when we were talking about AI and we were talking about Chat GPT or whatever, we have responsibilities to one another. We have we do have responsibility. It's about respecting growth. Like, and if we're around children, maybe that's not the time and the place for that, you know? Or if we are around those kids, I mean, I told you one of our interviews that I was a social studies teacher, 5th grade, and these kids were talking to me about, oh, Miss All, you were on Pornhub playing with yourself. That's not true. You won't find me on the internet doing that. However, just a disclaimer. You wish. Y'all get it. But I'm like, why do you even know about Pornhub? Like, why do you even know, like, why do you know about these things?
Why are you shelter you from
right?
this?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like at the same time, like when we're having all this liberation, now all of a sudden there's rumors going on, and now the kids are like, well, this is not my, you know, well, maybe I should have sex with my best friend because we're friends, and it's like, oh, maybe I should kiss my best friend because that's what's on the internet, or we should be doing all this because that's on the internet. It's like we still have social responsibilities. Do you want your kids to be dealing with that? I mean, what does that growth come into? And this is the last I want to say, just as far as like the AI, the degeneration of brains, and the over sexualization of children. It's like you're not giving them the opportunity to think for themselves, and then you're hypersexualizing them. So it's like it's a
weird combo.
It's a very real and strange combination. But this is social problems.
This is where we're at.
It's deep as fuck.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about how your music is gonna like guide people back to really need to be. So that's what we're gonna talk about. But before we talk about that, I want to give my Bossy Brand shout out. So I always do this. I always shout out Risque Babes, and so it is a sexual wellness brand. But
I love that.
My show is 18+, so I do that on purpose.
I know, that's right.
But I do feel like every woman should have something of pleasure in their home, because if you don't know yourself, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to teach somebody else? You are not going to be pleasured later on if you don't figure it out. So what she is doing, she's doing 50% off on all of her $100 items. So that's like the Rose, that's the big ones, like the remote controls, all of those different things. So if you guys want to get 50% off, it's only for my Entrepreneur.ish listeners. All you need to do is use the code Entrepreneur.ish at Risque Babes, and you'll be able to get it. So check out the links in my bio. I'll have them everywhere, even in the comment sections of this video. So yeah,
I know that's
the Bossy brand. Yes, it is a woman-owned brand, and when I met her and I understood what she was doing, she's liberating women who were like, who were traumatized. There's a lot of women who are sexually traumatized, y'all. And I don't think people talk about it. I don't think people acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of women sexually traumatized. She does that so that they can find themselves again without anybody's help, without anybody's like interference or anything like that. So that's why I will always rep this brand. This is why I always feel like, you know, we got to talk about the deep stuff, especially on the show, because that deep stuff shows up in your business, it shows up in your music, shows up in whatever you got going on. So here's the way you can fix it for cheap, because the roses are $100+.
I have one. Somebody gifted it to me.
Oh, see, mine was gifted too. See, perfect gifts. Y'all buy these as gifts.
Yeah,
like,
gifts.
For real.
Gifted to a woman.
Yes.
Or whomever.
Whoever, actually. Whoever. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a really big question to start the interview. And this is something that I heard from like a TED Talk I was listening to. And it's supposed to expand your mind.
Oh, I love that.
So this question is, who are you uninterrupted?
Who am I uninterrupted? Let me say that again. Who am I uninterrupted? I am a wise and intelligent, unconquerable queen of God, uninterrupted.
Ooh. That's beautiful. You stopped the whole studio. We're all in silence. We're like, okay, so how do you find that so quickly? Because I think a lot of people don't have an answer for that. How'd you get to this path of?
That's what my name means.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what my name means. My real name means that. And I feel like every day I realize more and more how I am absolutely my name.
Wow.
And so, like, that's a very interesting thing that's big shoes to live into. And I feel like, to be honest, that's exactly who I am. And people be trying to tell me that I can be niggas be trying to conquer me. I'm like, do you know who I am? It's written in my name on the birth certificate. You cannot do that. So I don't know. That's who I am, uninterrupted. I feel like that. And I feel like there are people who are always trying to tell me that I'm not who I know that I am. And that's when there becomes a conflict. And then people get real upset when I start to defend the fact that I know who the fuck I am. Sorry. Not sorry, actually.
Sorry.
I'm divine.
Right. I love that. So you say that instead of sorry?
Yeah.
I'm divine.
I'm divine.
That's
I'm not
beautiful.
sorry.
That's beautiful. It was another thing that I was thinking about while you were saying that. It's just like you are your name and you coming into that. And I know sometimes your 3D doesn't match what you know you are. How do you deal with that in that in-between space between becoming who you know you are and being where you are?
Man, that's a deep question. I think that it really just has to do with patience. A lot of times people don't tell you. A lot of times people don't tell you what patience really is. Patience is your attitude while you're waiting for what you need or what you want.
Okay, say that again. Patience is your attitude.
Patience is your attitude while you're waiting for what you need or what you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And so it's about self-management. Like, how am I kind to myself while I'm growing? How do I talk to myself while I'm growing? How do I manage? Who do I surround myself with during that time period? Like, am I going to be around people who are going to nurture me? Am I going to be around people who are going to push my fucking boundaries? Yeah. Nigga, I said no. It's okay. And if you find that you, and let's say that you are in an unprotected space, sometimes it's good information. Just as like, when you're in a space and you're experiencing a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't really reflect who you believe that you are or who you want to be, then it just is information showing you, like, this is what I believe I deserve right now. How can I subconsciously change it? So it's nothing wrong with being at wherever you are. Like, everything that has I didn't have no, like, flower bed walking through this life. You know, it's been a wild experience. But I'm very grateful for every single part of it, because it's like, okay, I really had to do the work to change everything to fit what I believe is true to me. So I had to, this is the outline. This doesn't work. This is the outline. This is miscellaneous. This is haphazard. This is chaos. That's not what I'm doing today. That's not what I'm doing like ever. So let's try it. Let's try something else. And I think you just got to be patient with yourself and your process of creating what it is that what it is that you desire.
I love that. That's beautiful. I think we really don't talk about that in between time, because I've been feeling, I don't know, we talk about this and we've been like, where we are right now is not really nurturing, but I've been feeling like, okay, there's dirt coming over me so that I could grow. Like, obviously we're at a new like seed time and we need to just start fresh in a new place. How do you stay feminine in your male dominated industry? Because I love how you are like, this is miscellaneous, you're out my boundary, whatever. I don't think everybody's there yet. So how do you stay feminine when it's like, rapper this, bitch that, like,
you know what?
Money here, all of that.
That's
like,
a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we are in this place where people are really in pussy face. I think I talked to you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pussy face is a
explain.
It's unfortunate. Y'all know about blackface, how white people would put blackness on their face and be like, this is how black people are and this is what black people say. I feel like pussy face is like where there's a lot of girls who are making music saying shit that men have said about women, but just with pussy instead. Like, yeah, they're just saying it in with pussy language instead. They're like, niggas ain't shit. They want to eat my pussy. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. Wait. My pussy. No, let me stop. I'm not quoting nobody's actual song.
I was about to say.
I'm not doing that.
We're not doing that.
I'm not doing that. Like, I love everyone.
Okay.
Praise God.
Amen.
All I'm saying is that I just feel like what's happening right now is that I don't know if women are necessarily being feminine. I don't even know. I think that. Okay,
Can
first
we talk about that? Yeah, because feminine now means a lot.
Let's talk about feminine. There's so many ways of being feminine.
Thank you.
Femininity is literally just a principle, and masculinity is also a principle. Masculinity has to do with action, going for something, creating, intentionally movement. A lot of that, that's yang energy, right? Whereas like feminine energy is more yin energy. It's like the space where you sit with stuff, you nurture things, you let it grow. Like, yin yoga is like you literally got to hold a pose for 5 minutes. And let me tell you, holding a yoga pose for 5 minutes is not easy. Okay. What? But it looks, it's so to me, what is feminine energy? It's about being the nurturing space. It's the inviting space. Like, it's seduction too. Yeah, it is. It's seduction. It's desirability, but it doesn't cut things. It doesn't like cut things off. It doesn't like stunt the growth of something. I think that feminine energy is like a place where you make things grow, whether that's somebody's penis or, you know, a family.
I never thought of that.
I mean, it is true. Like, when you fine as fuck, niggas I've really been in a car before. Like, when I was in Morocco, I literally had a guy he was like my driver. And I remember sitting next to him. I was like, this nigga is definitely erect. But I was like, bruh, ain't no way in hell. Like, it's no way that this is happening. And then he messaged me on Facebook and was like, no. Yes, girl, I can't make this shit up. He was like, I love the porno black. I love the ebony black. I said, what the fuck?
What am I supposed to? Okay.
What do you want me to do with that? So I was absolutely correct that this nigga was hard in the car, and I didn't acknowledge it. But hello, what am I gonna do? I'm fine as shit. You ain't never seen nobody like this. You love the ebony black.
Right, obviously.
I don't know. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I mean, that's where you at. That's where you at with it.
I mean, but okay, I talk about this all the time. Like, being pretty in whatever industry you are in is always an extra obstacle. Like, it's just an extra obstacle.
Yeah, it is.
You have to deal with that. So I know we've always talked about, like, love and how you deal with different things. And one of the topics I wanted to really talk to you about is, like, when things get inappropriate. I know what happens.
It does.
How do you block it? Like, because you want to collaborate, you see all these like opportunities with these people, but when it gets inappropriate, what do you do?
This is what I say. This is what I've said. I don't do this every time, but I do it as often as possible. I'll be like, look, we have a goal, okay? Do you want to ruin our opportunity to achieve what we can achieve by your momentary lust? Are you weak? I don't believe so. I believe you are a strong man. So can we please refocus? Thank you.
How does that get received? Because I can only imagine a man being like, okay,
I mean, what else you gonna say?
I don't know.
I didn't demean him. I was
No,
like,
you didn't.
I'm like, you are brilliant. You are strong. You are able. Get it together. You know, you remember The Incredibles when that girl was like, get yourself together. Like that. You gotta do that shit. Get yourself together.
Hey.
You
Bring
know?
it back. I know. I see
It's
what you're
okay.
seeing, and I understand. I put it together.
I get that.
I understand.
And you could even say, praise God that you acknowledge how beautiful and fine I am. He did a great job. Praise him. However, right now, shout out to the creator.
But
and we need
let's
to
focus.
Yeah, we need to get shit done. Like, do you care about that? Do you want to make
music, or
do you want to make whatever we got to make? Like, or do you want a
Wow.
lawsuit? Like that can be such a very unproductive use of our time and creativity. I could get creative with a lawyer. Do you want me to do that?
That or in the studio? Thank you. And thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Because I know it happens. Because you be in booths with people, you be in certain rooms with people.
Yeah.
Like, I know it happens. So
Yeah, it does.
I
But I feel like as a girl though, sometimes you do want to use that je ne sais
bit.
quoi. You want to, a little flirty, a little smile, a little, but not too much. Just keep it appropriate. Just not too. Don't be, just like. Smile.
Stay up here.
I mean, as human beings, we do need to touch.
We do need to touch.
We do
and
need
smile.
touch, and we need to smile, and it's important that we show affection and all that stuff. But don't take it to the next level, nigga, because now we in a wild place.
And you don't want to be there.
I don't want to be there because I don't know how. I am uncertain of my behavior. Okay.
She said, "Please don't test me."
I'm a little wild, for real.
It's okay, I love it. Okay, so in your wildness, it's gotten you everywhere. You have lived all around the world. You have worked all around the world. Like, tell people about your journey to becoming an artist, because you weren't always an artist.
No. I gave myself permission to be an artist.
Love that.
Like, in the last year and a half, I gave myself permission because I was doing a whole bunch of other things. Like, when I was a kid, I'm from Brooklyn. Woo, woo. New York in the house. But yeah, I remember I wrote a book. I was in second grade. I wrote a book, and it's called All About Me, and it was about who I was going to be in the future. And it's a drawing of me with an audience of a lot. I hand wrote each one of those seats how many people it was going to be.
Wow.
And yeah, and everyone was always talking to me about the plan B. My mom was in the music industry before me, and she was just like, it's a wild industry. These niggas are crazy. They're going to try to take advantage of you. I want you as an adult to choose this for yourself. So in the meantime, back to patience and how do you get to who you want to be, there was a lot of confusion. Like, I was doing everything. I've always been a poet, always been an activist. That was something that nobody ever was like, Deja, you can't be, because I'm fighting the power for all of y'all niggas. And I'm saying shit that everybody need to say. So, nobody was telling me what's your plan B for being a poet. Nobody was saying what's your plan B for being an activist. Being an activist was my first job. Like, I literally was getting paid. I think I was 15. I was the youngest person at American Friends Service Committee. I was their outreach coordinator or something like that. Just like, I'm gonna be an activist. So in the midst of trying not to be an artist, a musician. I was every type of artist. I have paintings. You've come to my house, like you've seen the paintings, the art, the writing.
Your visuals are outstanding.
Thank you. Oh, the stuff I've directed, like I've touched every type of art, but at the same time, I touched every type of everything else. Like I went to Spelman. I got the Gates Millennium Scholarship. That means they pay for you to go to college up until your doctorate degree. So, but then they had a path for me. They're like, if you want to get your doctorate, you have to be in these 7 categories. I'm like, how can I fit my life into this path that has been set for me because it's a blank check, you know? Like, and just because somebody gives you a blank check to go in a certain direction doesn't mean that that's necessarily the truth for you. So I was at Spelman. I was a philosophy major. I thought that shit was lit. Like, how much more can I think greater? Like, I don't know. I just like that shit. And I did that. I was my first job was like I was a technology analyst. When the guy interviewed me, he was like, "You're on fire. You can do anything." And I was like, "I know that's right." But just because I can do anything doesn't mean I need to do everything. My soul was crying at that job. Like, it was like, why do we have to go here again? Like, every day I was that. I worked in psychiatry because, you know, I like talking to people. I went to Emory. I was getting my master's in public health. I was studying unconditional love as a social health, as a public health concept to aid people. Wow. And I realized, like, all of that, I'm really just trying to teach people how to love, and the best way to do that is through entertainment. Wow. When you think about the way that we learn about love or how we think about friendships or anything, people always tell you they watched a movie, they was listening to a song, and then everybody else was listening to that shit. So it was just like the cultural vibe. And so if I'm going to be a real activist, I have to use the gifts that God has given me in order to change or shift consciousness, because like the way that what we intake in our gates, in our eyes, in our ears is that's the most important thing. That's what socializes us. So if I'm a part of the socialization of people, then I can shift consciousness. Wow. So that's the purpose of like what I'm doing.
Being an artist. I love that.
Wow. That's so direct.
I need people to know that. So like, how do you give this to your fan base? Like, how do you interact with them so that they know that you are actively trying to switch their consciousness?
Yeah, so at first I was doing events. I was hosting 2 dope events. That was dope. I had a book club, dope ass book club. I literally was teaching people. I would be like, these are the books we're gonna read. I'm meeting on Tuesdays, and it would be like 30 people legit like coming to my book club, paying too.
Wow.
Don't get it twisted. Niggas was paying fees to come and hear what I was talking about. And then I started doing people just kind of put me in party promotion. I was like, we're losing it. Y'all just think that I'm some kind of fantasy girl that's just going to be at the party and everybody's going to be seduced. Like, so I had to get real focused. Like, I was like, Deja, that's my real name. What are you going to do? And what have you always wanted to do? And one of the last books that Dope Ass Book Club read, and I read this, I led people through this like 4 times, was The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And it gives you the permission, like it's one of the most important books I think every person on earth should read. And it's about opening, like clearing out this channel in your brain so that you can get the direct information from the greater creator, because we are all creators. Wow. And take away all stigmas around the importance of creation. And so as far as the New Music Monday, I too found myself at this place in New Music Monday because I had given myself permission. I'm like, Deja, you want to be an artist, so goddamn it, just do it. Shit. And I went to New Music Monday, and somebody saw me, and they, the guy you were talking about, we're actually in production together. He's a production company that I'm with. He saw me, he was like, are you an artist? And it was like that key word, are you an artist? And I had just given myself permission to say, yes, I am. And it felt like God was in my throat when I said that shit. I was like, yes, I am. Perfect. And then here we are. Like, that's exact. And so it was like when I gave myself permission to be exactly who I am, all of these different doors happened. And that's how we're even here right now. Like, that's the only way that we would have met, if I gave myself permission to be who I am.
Yeah. No, for real. Because I had to do the same thing. One day I remember I tweeted it. I was like, I am a podcast host. It was just a very simple.
It's simple.
One-liner, but that was the day that I was like, I can't get that back. Like, it's out there. It's in Twitter. You done already told people that that's what you do. Like,
it's in the metaverse.
Get to it. Like, get to it. Be that person. Like, embody that so that you're like, you are who you really, really wanted to be. So, what sets you apart? Like, what's your style of music, and what sets you apart from anybody else in this?
Ooh, you know it's crazy.
You do a lot. You rap, you sing, you do a lot of different things.
I do. Nobody's heard it yet, except for you guys. Y'all have heard it. Y'all have heard it.
Amazing.
How would I categorize it? It's growing. My sound is international.
Beautiful.
My sound is international. I'm international. My mom is Belizean and Haitian. My dad is Guyanese. I'm from New York originally. I grew up here in Atlanta, and it really embodies that. When you think about Caribbean people, you want to dance. When you think about niggas in Atlanta, anything can happen, and we're probably and we're probably gonna twerk while we're doing it. You know, so like that's kind of where we are right now. And then also soulful, just really soulful, like. When I am only singing, it's giving a Erykah Badu type of situation. So if I were to say what it was or what it is, it's a Tupac meets Rihanna meets Lauryn Hill on a good day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I love it. Okay. So with people getting introduced to you, getting introduced to your music, where can they find you and all that other stuff so that they can understand? You
can find me on everywhere, Too Dope for Rehab. No, not actually. So you can find me on Instagram, YouTube. Okay. I am still in the, currently right now, paperwork is being signed about how my music is getting distributed. Like, all of that is happening currently right now. So you cannot catch it right now. You have to follow me on the internet so that you can know when it happens. But I am putting together some the people who I'm working with marketing. We are coming up with the rollout. Like, what does that look like for people to really get that? Because nobody knows, except for you guys, that I'm doing music. Well, that's not true. People know. I've been but nobody has heard it yet unless I've intimately shared that with you. So I'm excited for that, but you have to follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, so that when it happens, you can see it. It's happening. We just have paperwork to sign.
And okay, real quick, I'm giving you 2 minutes to discuss that paperwork thing, because I think a lot of people think you just sing in the studio and then all of a sudden your songs on Instagram, you can replay it. It's a sound.
There's different ways. Basically, there's different ways to do it. I'm not the most independent person. I know that there are people who are all bad by themselves and they could do it all by themselves. I really am not. I am a team player. I need niggas. And when I say niggas, I mean everybody. I need you. What are you good at? Because I might not be good at that. So, but when you start working with people, again, back to GP, respect, responsibilities, it's sometimes things change in people's lives. So you have to have paperwork. If you're going to work with people, it's important to have paperwork to back up whatever it is you're saying, whatever it is you're doing. Sometimes there are trial periods where you're just kind of feeling out with people, okay, are you the type of nigga to do what you say you're going to do? Are you really going to show up when you say?
True.
So, there are trial periods, but paperwork is about, in the event, right now we're in the honeymoon stage and everything feels good and I'm excited. I'm like, God, I can't wait. But when the push comes to shove, nigga, did I get what the fuck I needed? And instead of me getting to that point where now I'm all riled up and now I'm talking in a different voice. We already got paperwork where my lawyer can respectfully, and I quote, in section, so that's why we need paperwork.
I feel you. Yeah. A lot of people don't start with that. They run into partnerships, business things, without understanding what the give and take is. Yeah. And I'm glad you have that. Okay, so we're going to play a game really quick.
Let's play.
It's called Musical Association.
Okay.
So here's how it works. I'm going to give you a word, and then you have to give me a song with that word in it.
Okay.
Perfect for you. I feel like this is a perfect game.
Where's my brain?
Okay, so song title or an artist associated with it is what I'm looking for. All right?
Okay, I'm excited.
And we got a few. We're going to see how many you can get through in 3 minutes. I'm going to start a timer.
Okay.
And when it goes off, the game is done.
Okay.
And first one, Sunshine.
Sunshine, moonlight, good times, being on the boogie.
So what's the artist or the name of the song?
Isn't that like, that's like Michael Jackson.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. That's 1 point. All right. So Love. This one's
Love, there's so many things I gotta tell you. Music Soul Child.
All right. Dance.
Dance, I wanna dance with somebody.
Yes.
I wanna feel the heat. Whitney Houston, stop playing.
All right. Let's do Party.
Party, we like to party. Hey.
Yes.
Beyonce. Okay.
Dream.
Dream, we're your dream girls. Boys will make you happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Next.
Fire.
Fire. The roof is on fire. We don't need no motherfucker burn.
Okay.
Okay. Freedom, help me move.
I knew that was the one you was gonna do. Rain.
Sometimes it's soft as a misty rain.
Ooh.
SWV.
Heart.
I feel it in my heart.
Why is that one? Why is heart?
Heartbreakers got the best of me.
There you go.
I just keep on coming back. Mariah Carey.
Streets.
Like you.
I love
Doja
that
Cat.
song. Yes. Rock.
Rock your body. Come on, dance with me.
Yes.
Justin Timberlake.
Yes. Thank you. City.
City girls.
Everything.
Act up, you can get snatched up.
Tonight.
Oh, you would be hearing my arms. Jennifer Lopez.
Yes. Oh, good song. Star.
Mm-hmm. Like a star, touch my sky, just like Corin Rayleigh B, whatever her name was. You know who? Curly girl.
Corinne Bray. What is her name? Corinne
Bailey. Something like that.
Somebody help us.
Okay, but yeah, just like a star.
Magic.
Voila. Magic. Voila. That's Future. Ocean. A part of your world. Like a babe on these waters. Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Little Mermaid.
That's been controversial.
Forever. Chris Brown.
You did it. And way before the timer went off. You got 26 seconds. You just went through 20 different songs.
You got more?
No.
Damn.
Like, somebody give me names.
Boom.
Come on, she got 26 seconds. Somebody say something.
Anybody got word?
Live.
Just live your life. Hey. You gotta
All right. Hey.
Hey, I just met you. It's just crazy. Call me, baby. All right, so that's it. Awesome. That was cool. I enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I always like to do to end the show is ask one more question.
Okay.
What is your bossy habit? So what gets you to be a boss? For me, it's working out. What's yours?
What's mine's? Setting boundaries and being vocal about what I want. That's it. If I'm gonna be a boss, I gotta say what it is that I want, what I want to see happen, and like do my very best to make it happen. Like if that means bringing other people in to do it, or if I have to do it myself, or just communicating, that is the only way that I can be a boss.
That's beautiful. Okay. All right. Anything you got coming up that you want to talk about?
Anything that I have coming up?
Anything?
I just have music coming up. That's all. And yeah, I might be outside at Rock City.
Right. Okay.
I might be outside. I mean, if you want to dance with somebody, I might be outside.
I love it. Okay. Shout out to Creative Visions. Thank you so much, Live Hip Hop Daily, for having us. This has been Entrepreneurs with their host, Ellie. This has been Too Dope.
Too Dope for Rehab. Follow me on everything.
on absolutely everything. You guys are going to be amazed when you guys start seeing what a beautiful artist Too Dope is. All right. And again, follow me on YouTube at Entrepreneur.ish. We are almost at 100 subscribers, and I appreciate y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.